David Jeffries is going to go to the head of the field, winning here at Mallory Park. He's going to get 25 points over Matt Llewellyn, and that is a huge amount.
It'll take him 12 points clear in the championship. Oh, David Jeffries.
Showboating Jeffries. That is so typical David. He's a hoolie on a bike like this. I love him.
We always knew he was good. I don't think we quite realised how good he was on the short circuits until this year.
Lining himself up for a celebration in front of his girlfriend and his mum there in pit lane. Yes, big wheelie as there it is. Superb stuff. Rob Frost, he's going to finish in 4th place. He's behind Chris Vermeulen. He almost caught Chris Vermeulen.
Great
in the
ride.
closing stages there, so a good ride from Robbie Frost.
Really
on bike 32. Well, Rob Frost not that happy, I've got to say, with 4th place. Looking at that picture, this man's going to be happy though, leading the championship and winning here at Mallory Park. David Jeffries, 26 laps and an average of 98.75 miles an hour on what is basically a road-going 1000cc R1 Yamaha. David Jeffries takes the applause of the crowd. Meanwhile, Matt Llewellyn, well, he gets their sympathy. Jeffries wins from Glenn Richards, Chris Vermeulen 3rd, Rob Frost, Gary Mason, Jago Chapman, Danny Beaumont and Andy Tinsley round out the top 8. And the lovely Claire Smith was waiting for the winner.
It's not really the way you want to win races. I mean, obviously it's really good to win for the Page3.com team. But unfortunately, I mean, Matt's gone down, which means you know, hopefully if I can try and just sort of finish in the top 3 now, I should be able to win it. But it's really unfortunate for Matt because I was hoping we're going to have a good race. So. But, you know, if someone wants to give me points, I'll take them. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, it's a nice birthday present. Well done. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Some sympathy shown then for Matt Llewellyn. 12 points the lead now to David Jeffries with 50 still available this year. Glennie Richards is 3rd, Chris Vermeulen in 4th, 3 points further adrift on his teammate. David Jeffries eases himself onto the top spot of the podium. Winners are grinners. Who will it be in the Superbike race? The British Superbike Series has never been harder to win. Top contenders Hodgson and Walker resume battle at Mallory. Yes, just 1 point still separates Hodgson on the INS Ducati from Walker on the National Tyre Suzuki. Reynolds is still a contender, 27 points behind Walker. Hayden seems to be out of it for the title. Claire's on the grid.
Now, 100th of a second separates the top 6 in qualifying. How close is that? The top 8 look like this. Top end power, not so crucial around a circuit like Mallory. We've got Shane Byrne. Next to him, we've got Mike Rutter. Did you ever see such a happy team when he was on the podium at Knock Hill? Next to him, we've got a very busy man indeed. It's Dave Jeffries after that superb victory in the Superstocks. Next to him, we have got Steve Plater. Now, this guy's been getting better and better all season. Steve Plater, you were saying to me yesterday how different it is going around this circuit from what it was on a 600 for you.
Yeah, it's quite different, you know, but you just did bigger skids really, that's all. Devil's elbow and coming out of Gerrard's, but it's just a case of being careful on the first couple of laps and hopefully we can get a good start and get away and we'll be there.
You've been so close to the podium so many times. We really want to see you there. Good luck.
Thanks, you get nothing for nearly in this game.
Now, of course, the podium place, if you want one, you've got to fight for it. Take a look at this front row. How scary is this? Neil Hodgson. Neil, congratulations on pole yet again. The INS team got 6 consecutive poles. That's pretty impressive in itself.
7.
Oh, 7. I stand corrected. And obviously now, what are the most crucial parts for you around this circuit?
Last lap. Last 2 corners probably, you know, I think it's going to go down to that. It'll be a good race, be a really good race today, all day, both races. So I'm looking forward to it.
Got any blue and white paint on that bike there, have you?
No, but there will be at the end of it, no doubt.
Oh, let's move on. We've got Chris Walker here. Now, he had a very spectacular high side in testing on Tuesday. Chris, you've got a couple of broken toes there. Are they all right today?
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, they've not been bothering me, to be fair. I've been pretty lucky, really. I've, as was talked about yesterday, I've been sat on the toilet that much. I've not really had time to think about my toes, so no, I'm feeling all right today. Pretty happy, and the bike's going real good. So other than the tyre choice, really happy. OK,
so if we see you don't make the podium, we know why. Good luck. OK, well, we have been guilty of concentrating on these two throughout the championships, and it's obviously why, because there's been some fireworks. There's only 1 point between them. But John Reynolds is still in main contention for this championships. He's been there before. He's had this championship title. He knows what it's all about. Now, John, obviously here on the front row next to your teammate, you have realistic chances of taking this title. We presume team orders might come into play here.
It has been bandied about, I must admit, and I think
at the end of the day, depending on how the race is going to go and how the race is looking, then it'll be up to the team manager then to show signs.
What a diplomatic answer. We wish you the very best of luck, John.
I've been working on that for a night and a half.
I'm sure he has. Well, there are 3 rounds left, 150 points are up for grabs, and there's everything to play for.
Indeed there is. Neil Hodgson managed to find some extra form in the closing minutes of Mallory's qualifying, just in front of Walker from Reynolds and Hayden. What a front row. Steve Plater, though, could come into play as well. David Jeffries, Michael Rudder and Shane Byrne are on row 2. Row 3, John Crawford, Sean Emmett, Neil Mackenzie and John Crockford, the best of the privateers, from Paul Young, Marty Craggill, Davey Wood and Tom Kipp. Now the warm-up lap gets underway, but we can tell you that there was a major problem for Michael Rutter on the level 3 Yamaha. You just saw him in the middle there with a trailing foot, and that was because his chain snapped on the start here. Well, that's slightly fortunate as far as the racers were concerned, because his qualifying position wasn't so bad and they'd have all had to weave round him. Michael, though, had to pull to one side, park his bike at Gerrard's. It's in a safe place, though. Good job he's a fit lad, because then he had to run all the way back to pit lane to pick up his spare bike. And bearing in mind they get round this track in something like 48 seconds, even on a warm-up lap, means he hasn't got long to get from Gerrard's all the way back down to pit lane to pick up his spare. Well, even when he picks it up, of course, he's going to have to start from pit lane. Meanwhile, the rest are on the grid. They come under starters' orders. The green flag is at the back. The red lights come on. Michael Rudder is ready in pit lane, but this lot are on the front row. Will Hodgson make it past Walker on the start? Oh, he gets a good start there, but Walker always gets great drive after the first couple of yards. So Hodgson gets a good start, but look at Walker already driving on board with him. Has he gone underneath Hodgson? Plater's gone through into third place, but Hodgson is second. We're on board with the race leader already at Gerrard's. Well, he didn't get the best of starts there, Walker, but still he leads by the time we get to turn 1.
You're absolutely right, Keith. It's the drag, it's the drive he gets once they've got off the line.
Oh, Hayden's there in third place. Hayden has gone underneath Plater and looked like having a go at getting underneath number 4, Neil Hodgson, there for second place. So Hodgson had his steering wheel pointed in the wrong direction. Through
John Riddle's in 5th, looking at the outside of Plater at the hairpin for the first time.
Yeah, Chris Walker leads, though. Sideways on Chris Walker, slaloms that bike out there. Reynolds has gone through, has he?
Oh,
yes. No, he hasn't. They're short.
Nearly through the wall.
Yeah, shaky burn on bike 16. That's the Travis Perkins Honda 22. Just to give it a name check, is the Kawasaki of Steve Plater. Qualified really well. We expect great things from him today. And wouldn't it be nice if he did manage to do it? Round Gerrard's, then they go for the second time. Oh, Walker lost the front. The front went under Walker then. That was dramatic indeed. It certainly looked like the front to me. Walker, Hodgson, Hayden, Plater, Reynolds, Byrne. That was your top 6 at the end of lap 1.
I'm with you, Keith. That front end pushed halfway to Leicester then.
Oh, I tell you what, it was pushing again there. I tell you, there's no room to run off here as well. If you crash at Mallory Park, it hurts. There is number 4. That's Neil Hodgson. He leads this series, but at this moment in time, Walker leads the series.
Walker pulled back, break into the hairpin.
You can expect that, though, can't
Situation
you?
normal.
Chris Walker we're on board with. Well, you saw the flames out of exhaust. There they are. More flames from Chris Walker's exhaust. He's trying to burn off the opposition in more ways than one. So with the peeling paint is Neil Hodgson in second place at the moment. In third place, James Hayden. In fourth place, 22. Steve Plater on the Kawasaki. That's a great ride from him.
And behind him, Reynolds, the only other man who can win the championship apart from the front 2.
Let's take another look at this then. There, you reckon you're in the hot seat here, Julian? Forget that, mate. So then, we're looking... Oh, Chris Walker again. He's got those toes ground. He's got busted toes. He's got some kind of virus as well. I think the virus is called Hodgson disease.
Yes.
And he's right behind him. Oh,
here he is.
Hodgson, yes. And look at Hayden as well. And Hayden, I tell you what, if there is one manic tough fella that wants a result this year, again, after Brands Hatch and the like, it's James Hayden. James Hayden really feeling the pinch at the moment. He hasn't won since Brands and Thruxton. So he's been off the pace for a while. He carries an injury. Oh, jump start for Tom Kipp wouldn't have done him any good anyway. So Tom Kipp, then the American, drafted into the Demon Vimto Honda team.
Not a happy American tourist at the moment.
Certainly not. Maybe they measure their minutes and seconds differently to us as well. Never mind. Doesn't count.
And there's John Reynolds getting inside Plater at last. Yes, got it this time.
I'll tell you what, the old Ducatis have got good drive out of Gerrard's
Just
onto
a
that
bit.
back. Oh! Did you see that? Save of the year. That was Hayden absolutely sideways in the first part of the exit. There he is. That man will have to stop for an underwear change.
Well, his teammate is still being beaten up by Plater. No, he's not.
I tell you.
Falls back.
Oh, great
dear.
Superbike racing again. James Hayden was all but down on the floor, and believe me, Julian, it's only about 10 feet to the barriers just there. They've made them safer over the years, but they're still not safe at that speed.
I thought he was on the floor and somehow picked it up miraculously.
Well, he was on the floor. I think he's needed all the work.
I think
James Hayden,
so.
we're talking about on bike number 5. He's got his Rev 8 Red Bull teammate behind him. Take another look at